You're on a date. She's laughing, touching your arm, asking questions. You think it's going great. 3 days later, her texts get shorter. A week later, she's busy. You replay the date in your head. What did you say wrong? Here's the truth. You probably said everything right. The problem wasn't your words. It was what you didn't understand about how women actually choose partners. You've heard it before. Women want tall guys with money. They're shallow. They only care about looks. Here's what actually happens. That's mostly wrong. Let me break down what really matters. Women prioritize traits you can actually develop, not just genetics or your bank account. What women actually want, here's the first thing that matters. Emotional availability beats almost everything else. 66% of women say sharing family values is very important in a partner, compared to only 49% of men. Gen Z women specifically prioritize mental health compatibility and authenticity over traditional markers like career success. Why does this happen? For thousands of years, women evolved to choose partners who signal long-term stability. That meant kindness, reliability, and intelligence, traits that help raise kids and build families. This pattern holds across 37 different cultures. But here's where it gets interesting. Actual mate choices follow a likes-attract pattern. Women aren't just checking boxes for resources anymore. They're looking for emotional connection, shared values, and someone who gets them. Here's how your brain handles it. When you show emotional availability, her brain produces bonding chemicals like oxytocin. This creates the feeling of safety and connection. When you're confident and have a sense of humor, that triggers dopamine, the attraction chemical that makes her want to be around you. It's literally a reward system, like hitting a like button that feels good. Notice what doesn't top the list: pure physical dominance or being the richest guy in the room. Emotional intelligence ranks higher than financial success for long-term relationships. Women can earn their own money in 2025. What they can't manufacture is genuine emotional connection. How this actually plays out: picture this. You're talking to a woman at a coffee shop. The conversation hits a natural pause. Most guys panic and fill the silence with nervous chatter or try to impress her with accomplishments. You do something different. You hold eye contact for 3 seconds, smile slightly, and stay comfortable in the quiet. She mirrors your calm energy. Her body language shifts. She leans in slightly. The silence wasn't awkward. It was confident. Your brain stayed calm, so hers did too. That's emotional availability in action. Here's what happened in 2025. 53% of women agree that conversations around masculinity need to evolve. They want men who can be strong and vulnerable, confident, and emotionally aware. That's not contradictory. It's integrated. Women are attracted to men who have developed emotional depth, not guys performing outdated stereotypes. One more key finding: authenticity matters more than ever. Women swipe right on profiles that show vulnerability and real interests, not carefully curated highlight reels. In person, responsive listening, actually hearing what she says and responding thoughtfully, builds more attraction than any pickup line. So, what does all this mean for you? Understanding these patterns isn't about manipulation. It's about genuine connection. Develop emotional intelligence, show up authentically, build shared values. These aren't tricks. They're real traits that make you more attractive because they signal your worth investing in for the long term. Now here's the question. How do you actually use this? Step 1. Develop emotional intelligence through active listening. Women Prioritize emotional availability above almost everything. Here's how you demonstrate it. Active listening creates bonding chemicals in her brain. When she talks, put your phone away. Make eye contact. Repeat back what she said in your own words. This isn't a trick. It's showing you actually care about understanding her. Leaning towards someone signals comfort and interest. When you lean in slightly during conversation, you're unconsciously communicating that she matters. Her brain picks up on this. She starts feeling the same connection you're projecting. You're texting a girl you met last weekend. She sends a long message about her stressful week at work. Most guys reply with "that sucks" or try to fix her problems immediately. You read it twice. You respond. Sounds like your boss doesn't value what you bring to the team. That's frustrating when you're putting in the effort. Notice the difference. You acknowledged her feeling, not just the situation. She replies in 3 minutes instead of 3 hours. Exactly. How did you get that so fast? You didn't solve anything. You just listened with emotional intelligence. Step 2. Build consistency. Not flash. Women value reliability over resources. Here's the application. Show stability through your actions over time, not impressive first moves. Your dating profile shouldn't be a highlight reel. Include a photo doing something you genuinely enjoy. Write about actual values, family, personal growth, adventure, not generic quotes. Offering emotional support and cooperation significantly boosts attractiveness. Translation. Be the guy who shows up consistently, texts when he says he will, and follows through on plans. Step 3. Use humor to trigger attraction. Humor is one of the fastest ways to activate that reward system in her brain. Not jokes you memorized, genuine playfulness that shows you don't take yourself too seriously. You're on a first date at a wine bar. 20 minutes in, she's talking about her trip to Portugal last summer. The conversation hits a natural lull. You lean back, smile slightly, and say, "So you traveled across Europe, and the most interesting thing you brought back was a fridge magnet." She laughs, swats your arm playfully. "Okay, fair. I'm terrible at souvenirs." The energy shifts. She's more relaxed now, matching your playful tone. You didn't try to impress her with your own travel stories. You created a moment of shared laughter. That's dopamine in action. Step 4. Share values. Not just interests. Have real conversations about what matters. Ask open-ended questions about her goals, what she values in relationships, how she handles conflict. These aren't first date topics, but by date 2 or 3, they separate genuine connection from surface-level attraction. Vulnerability builds trust faster than perfection. Share something real about yourself, a challenge you're working through, a value you're committed to, a lesson you learned the hard way. This creates reciprocity. When you open up, she feels safer doing the same. The long-term benefit. Here's what this approach gives you. Women who actually want to be with you, not a performance you're putting on. When you develop genuine emotional intelligence, show consistent character, and create real connection, you become the kind of man women seek for long-term relationships. This isn't a quick fix. It's sustainable attraction built on mutual respect and understanding. Start with one tactic this week. Practice active listening on your next date. Update your dating profile with real values. Track your progress. You now know what women actually want: emotional intelligence, consistency, and genuine connection, traits you can develop. This week, practice one tactic. On your next date, put your phone away and really listen. Use her name when responding. Create one playful moment. Drop your biggest dating question in comments. Hit like if this changed your perspective. Subscribe for research-backed dating strategies weekly. Understand the psychology. Build genuine connections. Become the man women want.